Welcome everyone to another episode of the Choco-Bros, where, we're your best content ever for Final Fantasy. Am I right, guys? I am joined again with my wonderful friends, Iron Aggro. Say hi, Aggro.
This is the best day of my life, Swirls.
And then, of course, we cannot be completed without Mr. Espycat. Espy, hit him with it.
This is the best day of my life, Swirls. This is the best day ever.
Well, I guess later in the podcast we might get into why this is the best day. But for right now, I think we should hand it over to Mr. Iron Aggro for some news.
Hello. I'm going to talk about news, and most of it is pretty good. We're going to save the good stuff that you're here for till the end of the news. Cough, cough. We're recording this about 5 hours after SummerGamesFest, so you know what the big news is.
No, they don't. Don't lie to me.
I don't like to call back.
Well, let's start with some other content we've written down in the docket. First, FF16 had tons of news and promos and interviews. Who cares? Not who cares, but I care.
No, wait.
In the way of the game comes out.
Who cares?
In a good way. Who cares in a good way? There's too much info for us to talk about, even if Espy wasn't spoiler averse.
No, just go look at Noisy Pixel. That's all I'm gonna say.
Go to noisypixel.com. They have everything there.
Shout out OJ.
Images, trailers, gameplay. Go to IGN for exclusive gameplay. They have 30 minutes of gameplay. A boss and a dungeon.
I just saw this link in our podcast docket.
You did just see the next piece of news. There are two pieces of news. There are two pieces of FF16 news I do want to talk about, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna stop jumping the gun. Sorry.
Well, I guess three. The first being that the FF16 has been confirmed 100% will come out on PC.
Yo, later. I can play it? Later.
No!
I'm not buying it later.
Fair. You can get it on
I'll get it whenever we play it in 15 years.
Epic Games.
I'll get it in 15 years.
You can get it for $5.
Hopefully.
But yes, it was confirmed 100% it will be coming out on PC eventually. It was a kind of maybe it'll be out, maybe it won't. Who knows?
Kind of one of those, if there's enough support, we will make a release.
Yeah, I think it's dumb that they're not just porting it immediately. I do think that's dumb.
I mean, it's a strategy, I get it. It's the, hey, you like game, buy game. And now it's on PC, and you want it on PC more, so buy it again for $70.
I think that's just them being lazy, truthfully. Them being lazy, they know that they'll make PlayStation happy by releasing it only on PlayStation, or is this coming out on Xbox?
I mean, no, it's coming out only on PlayStation.
Exclusive.
They've actually talked about before.
So it's exactly they have a deal with PlayStation. They're in PlayStation's back pocket. It's just ridiculous to me these days.
They
with
did
exclusivities.
have people from Sony.
I hate exclusivities. I think it's the dumbest thing on earth. Just let everybody play the games they want to play and not have to have a stupid console. Sorry, I'm getting on my soapbox.
It's okay. Down, calm. Head pat. Pat. They did have people from Sony did work on the game. They brought people in.
I don't care.
Make the game work. It makes. I get it.
But I feel like there's. I'm not gonna say exclusivity is a good thing.
It's terrible.
If there's no exclusivity, why isn't there just Game Box? Where there's
there literally is a game box. It's called a place. It's called a PC, and it does other things as well. That's why I fully switched over to PC.
But it's so nice having a console. I don't have to worry about updating my graphics cards or my processor. This, that, the other thing. It's
you think I do that?
You're gonna hit a point where you can't play games because your computer is.
Then I throw my computer out the window and I buy a new PC, just like you guys buy PlayStation 55s.
If I'm alive for the PlayStation 55, you pull the plug on my cryogenic chamber. Don't want to live in that world.
Anywho,
they just called the 5 update 55.
Come on. Let's get back on track.
The surprise FF16 breaking news, and by that meaning the news came out 5 minutes ago. It's not actually that big. But the FF16 Ultimania will release on September 7th.
Oh, baby!
I knew that would excite Espy.
Oh, baby, that's going on the bookshelf.
Yes. Orpheus Joshua linked me to the
Woo.
Japanese tweet. I might only be in Japan. I think only in Japan.
I'll fly.
Japanese Ultimania. I don't know if it's in English. There's been no official English translation.
I'll
There's
This
translate
tweet
it.
came out 31 minutes ago, so who knows?
There's
Hey.
not going to be any English one. Come on, guys.
Nope. Cool.
There will be, but probably like 6 or 10 months later.
Like
The
4.
FF7
No.
remake,
How long has it
Ultimania
been?
happened
How long
way
did the
later.
How long did the Kingdom Hearts one take to come out?
A while.
That's what
Kingdom
I was
Hearts
gonna
was probably the longest one they've done, but the more recent ones they've done have come out much quicker.
say.
The FF7 remake one was about
Square
like 8 or
is
9 months.
in my
Well, Swirls, you gotta
everything
remember-
you've mentioned has made me mad.
So you got to remember with FF16, they're specifically more focused on the Western audience than their typical Japanese market. So
Yeah, because they spend too much money on the game and they can't rely on the Japanese market.
So I feel like the
What?
localization for the Ultimania is going to be a lot quicker this time because
Why
It's more-
why can't Japanese people enjoy this game, Aggro?
No,
They can, but they're too small of an audience. Any one region is too small of an audience. You like when you make a AAA game nowadays, like it has at
It
the level of
has to-
FF16,
it has to
be
succeed
successful
everywhere.
worldwide.
Yeah,
yes.
everywhere.
Like if it's a small enough game and it succeeded in just Japan, then it would make enough money.
Yeah,
But the more money you put in, the bigger it has to be.
cool. Well,
so
we had to
I think
film
with
that.
that-
We had to record this tonight because our friend Aggro is going on a little trip here soon. Where are you going, Aggro?
oh, where's he going?
I am
Aggro,
going.
tell us.
To Los Angeles
Ooh,
Ooh.
I feel bad for you.
in
It's very busy there. There's a lot of traffic. I hated it. It was terrible.
I'm
The
scared.
City of Fallen Angels.
I am going to the Final Fantasy 16 pre-launch event.
Woo!
Whoa! And he's gonna bring me back a souvenir.
No, I'm
or
not.
some-
I'm only
he-
bringing a
He
carry-on.
has to bring me a souvenir.
Hey,
I don't
Aggro,
have to do that.
Aggro,
They're
can you
calling
just
me
get me a
souvenir.
keychain if you see a keychain? Thanks.
Possibly.
I will take a pamphlet.
Pamphlet. Okay, I might be able to get you a pamphlet. We'll see.
I just want something from the event. I'm not asking like, hey, look at this life-size statue of
Hey,
Clive
Aggro,
polishing his
I'll
sword.
Venmo you $30 to give SB nothing.
Okay.
I can't compete with those numbers. I've been bought out.
Dang,
But,
SB's not getting anything now.
They still aren't exactly clear on what exactly it'll be, but there will be panels and gameplay and the Garuda challenge, whatever that is. I'm very, very excited. Obviously, I'm flying to the other side of the country. I have never been further west than the Florida Panhandle. Well, that's since I was 6 months old.
Dang, dude, that's crazy.
That's the one I went my church youth group went on a thing to the Florida Panhandle. That's the only time I've ever been in a different time zone. Since I was not counting
Wow.
Hey, at least
before
you
I
were
was
in the
6
best
months
time
old.
zone.
I was born in Montana. So I technically was all the way over there. But we moved to the East Coast
Yeah.
before I was 6 months old. So
But
I don't
you
count
don't
that.
remember it, so
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
But-
you were just you had so much of that time in the central time zone, the best time zone, that you were just like, man,
Ain't no way.
A
just
whole
gotta-
2.5 days.
just gotta get out of here. Can't have too much good things.
But thankfully, I'll be flying right past it to this event, which is going to be so good. I'm hoping. Obviously, if it's not, that'd be really bad because I spent quite a bit of money to get there.
It'll be good.
But I'm excited. We're gonna have a podcast all about it and probably the demo because it's probably coming out the same day. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, that's Sunday, right?
Yep, Sunday.
So,
Sunday
when we're-
the 12th.
When we're
Wait, no.
recording right now, it's Thursday the 8th, which,
Yeah.
when you're listening, it'll probably be Friday the 9th or Saturday the 10th because Iron Aggro is crazy. But we're 2 weeks today from the game. We are 14 days from Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, you guys are gonna be so far into that game, and I'm gonna be playing golf, just like enjoying my life. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, you're gonna have a life. I told my wife, when this game comes out, please let me be not human for.
You're gonna be a
4 days.
gremlin.
I'm going to be a little trash goblin, asking for refills of water, Mountain Dew, and
Have you ever seen?
That's it.
What
Yep.
you're just gonna be like. Carissa, I need another Mountain Dew.
What the fuck was that?
I need another
What
Mountain
was
Dew.
What? I don't like this. What is that?
That's you being a absolute goblin.
I will still be taking the dogs out, and I still will be drinking water.
Oh,
and
we all know.
showering.
We
Yeah, I
all
won't
know
be doing
that.
those things.
Yeah, I was gonna say Aggro's gonna like go so deep into this game. I'm pretty certain his eyes are gonna bleed.
I think Iron Aggro's gonna fall into a different time zone with how
My
much he
plan
plays
is
this game.
7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
You are fucking insane.
I only have 3 days, SP. My Sunday
Okay.
my Sunday had real life plans come up, so I can't do it all day Sunday
That's right. Yeah, I guess I've got
anymore. I've got to get it done in 3 days.
I've got like 4 or 5.
3.
Well, Iron Agro, I don't know if we've talked about this. What are we doing the day before the game comes out?
Oh. We haven't talked about that on the podcast.
Okay.
So me, SP, and maybe some other people who would like to join if they want to. I don't know. I haven't checked. Maybe Swarls.
Working.
Totally not Swirls. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you guys pay me just the bare minimum.
You're not supposed to tell people that.
750 an hour. So we are doing a special stream from, I believe we're starting at about 7 a.m.
You are
Eastern
starting
time?
at about 7 a.m.
We are starting at
You-
7 a.m. Eastern time.
I am hopping up when I wake up.
You told me we would do it. It's because I moved it from 6 to 7.
Fuck, you're right. Okay.
You didn't actually, but now you said you
Shit!
would. So.
Ah, big
He
gaslight.
got you. He got you.
I've been girl boss. I've been girl boss.
But 7 a.m. all the way to midnight. We're going to play the first hour of every mainline Final Fantasy game. All 16, including 14 and 11. I've downloaded every Final Fantasy game that's on PlayStation 5 onto there, and now I only have Final Fantasy games and Street Fighter 6.
Wow.
And that's it.
Okay, you need to put some better games on there.
I don't have space anymore. There's no space.
Crazy.
Actually, technically, I still have Devil May Cry 5 on there, but I'm going to delete it for 16.
Wow.
But I'm leaving it there just in case I get the urge to play some DMC 5.
Because they're basically going to be the same game. Oh, see, smart.
I have many things to say on that, but I'm not going to.
All right, let's move this train along,
Yes.
guys. Let's move it along. So,
Let's move to
I saw
SP
something. Espy.
Oh wait, no, Swarls?
for this next thing on the list.
No,
I
Swarls
just
has
saw
something
something
he
in the
wants to say.
Discord, and I was wondering, what is this?
Oh.
FF9
Yeah, what is
Never
it?
mind.
Memoria Project.
That is exactly what we were going to talk about next.
Yeah.
So, what the FF9 Memorial Project is, and if you're listening, you probably already know. Swirls, it is a fan-made recreation of Final Fantasy IX.
But they can't
That
be
they've been
like
working on-
playable, right?
Right, it is not playable. It is more of like a gameplay showcase of what a Final Fantasy IX remake could look like. It is not a playable demo for the public. They launched like the opening, I think it's like 20 minutes of gameplay in the first town in Final Fantasy IX. Kind of the opening of what you're doing.
And I believe that's all there is.
That's
Is
all
that
there
what
is.
we saw.
They've been working
not-
on it for a while.
I think they're going to release like a playable version of it or something.
How are they gonna...
I don't remember exactly.
How is that going
but-
to work? Square Enix can afford lawyers.
I forget. I don't know details. This is all we have for now. And I believe that this is most of what we're going to get. Anything else is extra,
Yeah,
basically.
They'll
It
get
looks-
a cease and desist if it's a playable thing.
that's the thing, right? So, it looks really good in the sense of like, wow, it looks really good, but I don't know how much I love it.
Does it look really good?
I think I'm pulling it up now to take a double look, but I think it looks pretty good. I mean, let me re-pull it up. Hold on, don't.
Does it? Or does it look like a Balan Wonderworld cutscene?
I don't like you for mentioning that. Where is the Memoria Project?
Because, like, I mean, it doesn't look bad. It looks fine. It's just, like, I think it's a really fun pan project. But I would never want the FF9 remake to look like this.
No, I agree. You guys got a really loud YouTube ad.
I love that for you.
Like, it's only a fun project. It's a cool thing. I'm glad people did it. People spent years on this thing. And it's fun. I think people are making a bigger deal of it than it is. But it's whatever.
I think it's cool. The cutscenes I'm not a big fan of. Like, it almost, now that I'm looking at it some more, it gives me the vibe of, like, there's specifically one part where he goes into the inn, and it looks like, you know, there's like HD like remakes of like classic games. They like keep the style. It looks like, hey, we're gonna do the best HD remake we can, and like, it's a flex, which is good, right? Like, they're like trying to like showcase what it could look like. But it just feels like, look how good it is.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's more talent than I have in my whole body.
True. You know what? That's fair. Me too.
Like, I don't want to sit here and dog it. Like, it's objectively speaking, it is good. But yeah, I don't like the cutscenes.
I would simply make it look better. You see. That's
yeah. Oh yes, of course. I can't. I quickly await your response to the Memoria Project Iron Aggro with bated breath.
Soon, TM.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so yeah, it looks cool, but I would love a real FF9 remake.
Well, of course you would, Espy. You want the whole world in your hands. Come on, man.
What the? That felt really personal. Like, he's like, yeah, of course you would, you piece of shit. You don't have enough, do you?
I mean,
okay.
do you not have enough, Espy?
I have my lovely wife.
And you have your Choco-Bros. We're enough for you, Espy.
I've got my Choco-Bros and my Choco-Bitches.
What?
My dogs, not my wife, my dogs.
Espy.
Anyway,
Espy,
what's next? Anyway, Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis.
Next is
Whoa.
the
You know what?
highlight.
I am actually super effing pumped about this. I'm not gonna lie.
Give me good shit.
Man.
Yeah,
okay, so I think we should start, before we get to today's big news, we should start with 1 week ago from tomorrow. Last Friday. I forget the exact date.
The way you said that threw
second.
me off. 1 week ago from tomorrow.
Just
like,
actually
reset my brain.
Whatever. You know what I mean. Last Friday, the 2nd. It was 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central.
There you go.
When the Final Fantasy VII Twitter account posted a Q&A thing.
Very cryptic.
With a developer. It was like, I forget the exact one that day, but it was, when is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming out? They said, we're still working on nailing down a release date. And,
by
you know,
Yoshinori Kitase.
Yes, by Kitase. And every day after, they put out a new developer comment from a different lead developer with a different question. And they were the most vague, nothing questions and answers ever. SB, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Will this game have a story?
No. Got it.
We've designed Final Fantasy VII Rebirth to have an enjoyable plot for players new and old, with many changes that you will not expect.
Wow.
My least... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I think you're about to get into what I was about to get into.
Do you want me to do it, or do you want to do it?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I've got it right here. This is from Keiji Kawamori. Question.
Who is he?
Music supervisor.
Thank you.
The question that they asked him: will Final Fantasy VII Rebirth have new original music? His response: many new tracks have been created for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and we'll be making some new arrangements of tracks from Final Fantasy VII Remake as well. Okay, I don't make games. I'm not a game designer, developer, whatever. Is there going to be new music in a AAA game from a history franchise? We're going to make new music. Like, is this game gonna come out? Can I pay you money for it? Yes, we will allow players to monetarily compensate us for our work. Like, no fucking shit there's gonna be new music. No fucking shit that you, like, I just can't believe that was seriously something they were like, hey, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna post this on Twitter, and people are gonna get hyped for it. Like,
now see, I think the best one was the day before that, I believe. And I forget who answered it, but it was the question of, do you have to have played FF7 Remake to play 7 Rebirth? To which they said, no, we're working on a way that people will be able to play it all on its own. Which I would like to say, especially after today, what a complete lie.
that is so bullshit.
What a complete lie.
So, slight spoilers, Swirls. I will keep it reasonable. I know you didn't see it. So, there's a part in the trailer where they're very clearly like, we're talking about something that definitely didn't happen in like, this is important. You'd know about this if you played Remake. Like, I'm supposed to just, like, walk into Walmart and be like, oh, I've never played the first one. I didn't even know there was a first one, right? Like, I just grab it off the shelf and, like, what the fuck are they talking about? No. You have to play 7 Remake to understand what the fuck
At least Remake.
At least Remake,
what trailer did you watch?
The one that got released today at,
Wait, there was a trailer that got released today?
Yeah,
yes!
we didn't talk about that.
Oh my god!
Yeah, there was a trailer today. There was a new trailer for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Oh, that's the trailer. Naturally. Okay. That makes more sense. Okay, yeah, I knew about that one.
Were you fucking with me?
No, you didn't bring up the fact that the trailer came out today, or what?
Hey,
the trailer was.
a trailer came out today for FF7 Rebirth, and in the trailer they have a conversation that you only have.
You talked about the trailer before we had said there was a trailer. It's a news segment. You're supposed to tell the news before you talk about the news.
That's how podcasts work, Espy?
Yeah. No, but don't worry. You'll get it as we go on.
This is bullshit. Yeah, this is our first episode.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, play fucking 7 Remake, and then also play the whole compilation. Stupid. You don't have to play the first game to understand the second game. Haha. Yeah, okay. Stupid Square Enix. Pieces of shit.
But there was a trailer. There was a new trailer today at SummerGamesFest, and it ended the show. It was about 3.5 minutes long.
Oh, and it was so
good. It was so good. It's everything I wanted out of a trailer. Like, it showed exactly what I wanted to see. It set up new mysteries. It set up what we're going to do. It showed off new gameplay, new characters. It's coming out early 2024 on 2 discs.
Playable Red 13. Playable Red 13.
Confirmed.
Playable Red 13. Playable Red 13.
They showed Yuffie in the party.
Yep.
Team up attacks. Yeah, it looks so good. And now, so SB, one thing me and Orpheus Joshua, we were going through frame by frame, looking at things. We figured out some story stuff. We're mostly doing that. But we also discovered some mechanical things.
Okay.
That I think are worth talking about on the podcast. Story stuff we'll save for later date.
One thing I'm going to bring... Oh, we're not talking about it right now?
Story stuff? If you want to... Mechanics, yes, I was going to talk about it right now.
Noticed in one scene in the trailer, in like their health/limit HUD, there were like little like notches that looked like they were filling up.
There we go. So, Swarls, you did play some of 7 Remake.
Yeah.
So you'll know what I mean.
I've watched all of it.
In 7 Remake, you have the ATB bars, which are everything you have cost a certain amount of ATB bars. Like every special attack, like Braver or Dolphin Kick. Wait, no, the Dolphin Kick.
Shadow
but
Dolphin.
Healing,
Chakra.
Yeah,
whatever.
Chakra. A bunch of stuff. All your stuff costs a certain amount of ATB bars. In Remake, you only ever had 2. You had a grand total of 2 at a time. Once they were filled up, you had to use them. But everything only cost 1 or 2. Eventually, you could get an item that would give you either a limit break that would give you 3, and eventually an item in the Super Boss Challenge that would give you a 3rd one. Judging from this trailer, every party member has 7. Because they use underneath the normal 2 you see are the little blips. They're like KH2 enemy or Kingdom Hearts 2 and on enemy health bar, where they're little blips that fill up for how many bars you have. And that's is gonna open up so much things. I'm sure there's gonna be things with much higher costs, but it's gonna be so good, SB.
I'm real hype.
Man, there's obviously a lot of story stuff that I would like to talk about, but we'll have plenty to talk about when we get there for Choco-Bros.
Side tangent here.
Side tangent.
They're gonna release a collector's edition.
Oh my god.
Hold on. There's gonna be a statue. What the fuck do they do for a statue
This time?
this time, right? Because the first
Last
one
time
they did
Cloud on the motorcycle.
So I can't say what I want it to be because it's definitely a spoiler.
Yeah, it's probably a spoiler.
Yeah.
So don't say it.
Yeah,
Don't
I was
say
trying.
it.
I was trying to be cryptic. I'll just
No.
message. I'll just message you later. Actually.
Yeah, just don't say it.
Okay. Don't say it.
Just a
I
heads
think-
up, everybody. I know they're being really cryptic because of me, and I'm sorry for that. And most of you, most likely, I'm guessing, played Final Fantasy, like since you were like 2 years old or whatever. But our plan is to kick this into high gear. We want to try and get through all of the 7 stuff by Rebirth. That way, nothing is a spoiler for me anymore. That is our plan.
Yeah, we want to get Swarls to a good spot that when Rebirth comes out, it's not like, oh, what do we do? Like we want to play, but we can't. So like we're gonna.
Yeah.
I think. Go ahead. No, I'm sorry.
I think. Well, we're not gonna promise anything because plans might change. We might decide to do something else. But I think as of now, the plan is 4, 5, 6, and then the entire 7 sub-series, all like 7 games. I think it is 7 games now, actually.
Except for May. Whenever May comes around, we have to play Mystic Quest.
Yep, that one day. But we'll see. We might skip some 4, 5, or 6 and come back later, or we might not do all the games in 7. We'll see. We're gonna put that off till after the 16 month. We'll say.
So we definitely skipped over it, but FF7 Ever Crisis looks kind of fun.
Yes. Earlier in the that trailer, earlier in the Summer Games Fest, they showed the trailer for Ever Crisis.
Now, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you think they're just kind of reusing that mobile game that they had that they shut down?
No, they look nothing like it.
Okay.
Well, I will say, so the plot of Ever Crisis is that it's going to be episodic releases that are going to cover the story of all the FF7 compilation up until remake, which the compilation is what the 7 series is called. And so it'll cover Dark Cerberus, Crisis Core, before Crisis even. And one of the things it will cover is a original story that is about the first soldier, the mobile game. And the actual me and OJ rewatching the trailer realized they showed off a little bit of that section, and they showed off the 3 characters that are in it, and they are the 3 characters that were the center point of the opening CG for First Soldier.
Nice.
Just the generic guys. And in the CG for this trailer, there's a beginning and middle and end bit of it where Sephiroth's there trying to call another character, and he's in the rain. And at the end of the trailer, this is not a spoiler because we don't know anything about it. This is new for us. Some random guy we've never seen in a hood comes up to him, and it looks like him and Sephiroth about to get into a fight.
A guy in a hood?
A guy in a hood. But
oh my god.
Master of Masters?
But no. We were actually able to put together that the guy in the hood who's about to fight Sephiroth is the main guy in the First Soldier section. The generic random man named Glenn. We've never heard of before.
He kind of looked like Jack Garland.
Glenn. He did look like Jack Garland.
Glenn is the name of my parents' dog.
But he had this. Either he's Glenn or he's a guy who looks a lot like Glenn and has the same weapon.
Glenn's evil brother, Nelg. Backwards.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But so there's gonna be stuff with that. So it's still there.
We got a lot to think about, a lot to talk about.
And you can pre-register for the beta now. up until June 28th, and the beta is next month starting July 6th. I have pre-registered. I'm holding my phone right now. I'm praying to it. Let's go. Get me in.
Cool.
Get me in. I need to know. I need to know how bad it is. Because
No,
I'm
it's
going to
gonna
play
be-
it no matter what.
I think it's
So
gonna be
better
good,
be good.
actually.
It's a phone game, so I'm probably not going to love it.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I think
The outfits look really cool.
It's gonna
Everybody's
be
like
like Dark
alternate
Road.
outfits. Dark Road.
Don't say that. That's scary.
Take me home.
I mean, it's gonna be episodic. It's gonna be like that. It's square. What do you
It is,
expect?
Yeah.
Anywho,
Fair.
anybody else doing anything FFE these days?
I just played through FF4 by myself.
Yeah, I can't believe you did that. And couldn't wait for us,
Shut
bro.
up.
Jeez, can't believe you.
I couldn't.
Spoilers.
Okay, well, you can't
It was
talk
really
about that
good.
because I haven't been able to play it. So
I enjoyed it, and I think FF4 will be the turning point for you, where you're like, wow, maybe these games are good.
no shot.
We're gonna find out next time on the Choco-Bros. This is not me ending the episode.
Oh, I can't believe
Cool.
SB just ended the episode. Now we got to do the whole
No.
thing
All
over.
right, guys, have a good one.
I can't
We'll
believe
see you
it.
next time. Thanks, MeUndies, for sponsoring.
All right,
this
Aggro, what have you
episode.
doing?
I played the brand new Final Fantasy XIV major patch,
I
6.4, The Dark Throne.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very good patch for a casual, normal mode story content player as me.
Beautiful.
I'm not a big raider or anything, but I do hear this raid tier was very good. When I played
out
the normal mode and
Bioroxis.
story stuff, shout out to Bioroxis.
Shout out,
Also
Bioroxis.
going to the FF16 event, and we're gonna hang out possibly.
Yo, let's go.
My
But
goat.
yes, truly. But FF14 story was very good. As you know, obviously always very good. But this patch in particular, I really liked. The raid storyline, it wrapped up this one. The last raid until the new expansion comes out next year, probably next summer.
Fun.
Now,
Well, I
just
think it's...
just think before we go, real quick. It's
where are we going?
Probably one of the last times I can say this. In the next year, within the next 12 months, is FF7 Rebirth, FF16, and the new Final Fantasy XIV expansion.
Yeah, I only care about two of those
Within
things.
less than 12 months. I know you don't care, but in terms of AAA huge Final Fantasy,
We're eating
less
good.
than a year.
We're eating good.
Whereas Kingdom Hearts can't even put out a mobile game.
Okay, yeah, fair. I can't believe Ever Crisis is coming out before that
Missing
mobile
Link.
game. I can't remember
Yeah,
the name
Missing
of it.
Link.
Missing Link.
Yeah, we haven't heard about that in a while.
Yep. Well, let's get to the main
This ain't a
topic.
Kingdom Hearts podcast.
I am
This ain't a Kingdom Hearts podcast.
Yeah.
I'm ready to feast on this delectable main topic. And that
Swarls
is
is shoveling coal in the train, man.
FF3. I will have to say, I'm gonna start this off. I got to play this. I am officially a FF game enjoyer. I liked 3. I thought it was great.
No!
But I think it was
What?
because we got to play on 4 times money, 4 times experience, and
Yeah.
I could
fair.
turn on
Yeah,
encounters
absolutely.
on and off whenever I felt
Absolutely.
like it. So like I was able to placate this game to a more casual setting for me, for myself. So I think that was really one of the biggest reasons. But I will have to say, with being able to do the casual things, I was able to dive into the story a little bit more and actually like pay attention.
Yeah, it was like FF3 is definitely not the best game ever, but it's like a big step forward for the series. The gameplay is really good and interesting. The job systems it finally introduced, one of the like most iconic aspects of the series. Like just a lot of things introduced here that stuck with the series for forever. And I like it. I think it was fun. I had a fun time doing this. I always think, like, for these older ones, streaming them the way we do made them lesser, and I don't think this one was. Like, this was just a fun time.
I think you guys are right about like playing 4 times speed and 4 times skill and like being able to turn off the encounters and stuff. Because it really is like when you're like, oh my god, I just want to like get to this next part of the story, and then you just keep getting these dumb encounters that you're like, oh my fucking god. It can kind of not ruin the pacing, but like, you want to do something and the game is like, what about these encounters?
Yeah.
So I think removing, and I know that was mostly me trying to be like, we have to play the games the way they came out. Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh, you don't play on level 1 crit. I think playing the games in a way that, like, you're right, like, more suitable for just like, okay, long day of work, I just want to chill and play some Final Fantasy.
Exactly.
And not pull my hair out.
I don't want to have to level grind just to be able to go to the next area.
I will bring up the show we will eventually watch, Dad of Light, which is a Japanese television miniseries on Netflix that is about a young man going into the workforce who really likes Final Fantasy XIV Online, and he remembers the time back when he and his dad played FF3 when it came out.
This is an anime on Netflix?
It's a live-action series.
Oh, okay.
Series, based on a book, inspired by a true story of the author.
That's a lot of layers, man.
A friend of Yoshi P, who sadly passed away.
Oh, that's sad.
But the character in the book talks about, he remembers that good old experience of going through FF3 with his dad. That was one of the best times of his life, and I can see how that could be a formative experience. The show, by the way, is about him getting his dad into FF14 by pretending to be some random stranger and becoming friends with him, and so then you have the drama of him going, but do I tell him that I'm actually not a random stranger and this random bunny girl is his son?
Ooh,
it's
yeah.
pretty good. It's pretty good, actually.
You just summed it up. I don't need to watch it now.
Yeah.
Nah, but that's the premise.
Does he tell his dad? Spoilers!
You'll have to find out.
I will Google it.
On Dad of Light.
Okay.
A
Mog of Light.
You're never going to drop that.
One day.
One day. But FF3 it's a fun game. I will say, this is the only good version of the game. All the other versions are bad.
Iron Eye Girl? Why is that?
Because they're so awfully hard and
you talked
grindy.
about the last dungeon too, how you can't
The
save.
last dungeon has no save points and 10 bosses.
Mm-hmm. Granted, I don't
and
think I saved
the
once.
whole thing.
I don't even think I died. I died once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was
Now,
to the
that
thing
is
because
with-
of bad SB and Intel.
What did I do? I forgot.
It was the
guy
one
that
that
punched you
physical,
for
yeah,
3,000 health.
the physical hits only. And you're like, it's just physical hits. And I was like, okay. And then it was like, I'm dead.
I played the 5th.
Yeah, and especially the 3D version, which made everything way harder, I believe. So
I really want to play that.
I'm glad that no. Many people would say that that is the worst Final Fantasy.
Fun. We should play it.
Possibly.
I mean, we played Mystic Quest.
That game is 6 feet under. We don't say those words.
Except in May.
No.
May 9th, I think. Or 5th, I don't remember.
It's gonna be the worst day of my life.
FF3
is good.
And
FF3 was great. I really enjoyed it.
The best sound, one of the best soundtracks in the whole series.
Yes, absolutely.
Eternal Wind and the Crystal Tower theme are two of my favorite pieces of music of all time.
We were able to get really through this a lot too because I don't know if you guys you had to catch it live because I'm terrible at getting VODs to people. I'm sorry everybody. That is my fault. Agro reminded me multiple times to get him the VODs and I slacked and did not get them. You're gonna get the VODs
Probably
soon.
would have slacked and not edited them anyways, so it's fine.
So, but it was really sad, but at the same time, it helped us get through this. That SB played these on his own because we were able to speed through 3 with just Aggro and I a lot of the times because Mr. SB here is incredibly busy. And so it's just one of those things where we're just trying to speed through these things as fast as possible. That's why I'm glad we had the 4x speed. Aggro and I think sat down and played 5 to 7 hours of it.
It was actually less. It was less than that. It was only 4 hours.
Really?
It was under. I know. That's why I was so surprised that we went through
it was
half
3
the game,
hours.
less
it was
than
3
4
hours and 56 minutes. I thought it was 5 or 7 hours.
I know, that's what I thought. I was very surprised. We got through a large portion of the game in that. And the thing is with the 4 times speed is, like you said, we want to get through them fast, but we don't want to take away from the experience.
No, and the experience was still there.
It's just the experience without grinding.
Yeah.
Basically.
Truthfully. Yeah,
And
they
maybe some
knew
extra money
exactly
to buy
what they...
some,
It's not like I'm putting in a
more
cheat
nice
that lets
things.
me one-hit everything. No, I still have to, like, be tactical about my stuff. About how I
it's just
heal
like
or how I do things.
Like, as long as you have it on, then, like, as long as you have, random encounters on, then the stuff you fight
Will scale.
you just, instead of, it basically, like, rather
just
than walking,
eliminates having to grind.
from point A to point B, but by the time you get to B, everything's way too hard, so between those 2 steps, you have to go fight a bunch of random enemies. You can just go straight from A to B.
Exactly.
And by the time you're there, you'll be at level.
So something I just realized because I recently played like 7, 8, 9, 10. The cheats for those games are a little different.
Yeah.
There's not like experience multipliers. You can basically like just like always have like your limit break available like every single turn.
Yeah.
But like
7 I know has the wrist, the strap or whatever they call it. I can't remember, but you basically take no damage.
Yeah,
Basically,
it's like God
unhittable.
mode.
Yeah.
But like, so if you only have 1,000 health and somebody does 2,000 damage, your character's still gonna die. Like, you're not like invincible. So I'm interested to see how we navigate that because like, do we still have to grind? Are we just more likely to fight every encounter we see? Like, I mean, that's a story for a different book.
Yeah. So, well, I think out of FF7, how would you rate antagonists, protags, all that fun stuff? Granted that we had to make our own names. We had John Final Fantasy with us one more time.
Goat.
Yes,
Let's
pull up the docket. For games, I think number 1, pretty definitively.
Number 1.
I think it's number 1 as well.
Right now it's... I forget, do we have it as 3-2-1 or 3-1-2?
I think we have it
2-1 Mystic Quest.
2-1
War
Mystic
for
Quest.
Oh,
Yeah.
War for Eidos.
I wrote the docket actually. I wrote a docket,
Oh Lord.
which I haven't done before.
Three's definitely on top.
Yeah, definitively.
Oh yeah, I'm there with you guys.
Yeah. Protagonists.
I mean, technically, John
they were
is
pretty nothing.
Yeah, I was gonna say John is the protag again. You know.
Well, I don't even think it's just John. I think it's the 4.
Yeah, the Onion Knights. Yeah.
The Onion Knights. Onion Knights are definitely better. Ooh,
Man, the protagonists have not been good so far, huh?
I think that Fury truthfully, I thought two had really good protags, but I don't know.
I think Furion's better than Onion Knights for
But
sure.
yeah, I think they're probably 3.
Okay. That sounds good to me.
And then
and now I think definitively the worst.
Because
antagonist.
that's the thing that I really didn't like about this game actually, is the fact that whenever you had a cutscene, or not a cutscene, but like a word blob that was from us, they didn't split it up between Furion and all the other people. They just it was like
it was just.
Yeah, that's what the one thing the 3D remake has is that there's 4 people, like there's 4 characters that have they don't have much, like they're not great or anything.
Yeah,
but they're there. They have names, a little bit of characterization.
Okay, is it funny to me that we're about to say protag antag is 3 and 3?
Both the worst. Yeah,
but we have the game the best.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's because as a game, it's good.
Yeah.
Like, in the world and the plot.
Yeah, I didn't
good.
quite understand the Dark Knights too. That was kind of funny. I was like, why is Batman helping us? But
yeah, they kind of throw that at the end, but like their whole deal is they're from another
timeline or whatever.
A mirror universe basically, which is all darkness, and the darkness is coming to take over this universe. It's kind of confusing.
Yeah, definitely.
And also, I don't want to say too much because I will say FF14 takes a lot of this plot points for things, and I don't want to accidentally say a 14 plot point instead of a 3-1.
Well, that makes sense. So,
well, yeah, Cloud of Darkness, kind of nothing. Way less than Garland or the Emperor.
Considering you don't meet them until the very last battle. So, I will have to say, shout out, Doga and Uni, those people, OGs.
They were fun. Yes.
Those were my favorite. Fun. But, anywho.
And Sid.
We're coming. Oh, Sid. Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Should we rank the Sids?
Eventually, I think we should go back and rank the Sids.
I mean, this is only the second one. We could just, which Sid is better, 2 or 3?
This one. 3.
I agree. And there we go. We've ranked all the Sids so far.
Anywho.
Because one technically had a Sid in this version of the game, but they were only mentioned and not shown on screen.
True. Well, that Sid's my favorite, just because he's a Sid that is out there doing things and not just, sitting on his keister. Wait, what?
I will say, I have no idea anything, or at least I don't remember anything about this Sid from 4 or 5, so I'm very interested.
It'll be fun. That's all I can say. Well, any hopes or expectations for our next 2 games that we're going to play? 16 is probably the next game we'll play, and then we'll get into 4 after 16. But Espy has agreed to do the 4 times speed with me. So, that'll make things go by a little bit faster once we get to 4. But I'm certain that Aggro and Espy are probably going to sink their teeth into 16, and I won't hear from them for like 7 weeks straight. So, any hopes and expectations?
Well, you see, I hope and expect FF16 to be the best game ever made. So.
Yeah, you're setting the bar real high there, bud.
I expect it to be very good. I'm hoping for it to be very good. I think we'll definitely have obviously more to talk about the next podcast we do. For the pre-launch event and possibly the demo.
True.
So,
well,
we'll get into that there. But
we'll get into that.
For 4, I remember not loving it, but I also wasn't paying tons of attention. Like, I was I played 4 as like a game I watched when I streamed not when I streamed, when I was watching streams. And it was fine. People love it though. Like, it's some people's favorite.
Oh, really?
So
I remember.
I want to give it another chance.
Shout out Folsey. Folsey said that 3 was his favorite. So, and I kind of agree with him so far. But
so far.
Anywho, I think 4 is going to be again a little bit of a slog just to kind of get through because it's just not one of the mainline games that everybody talks about. But like you said, some people think this is the best game, so maybe I'll think that as well. I'm happy to say that we're going to be doing it with the Pixel Remaster with 4 times speed and 4 times everything else. So, but I'm not going to overhype it. I'm not going to underhype it. It's going to be a game. It's going to be a game.
It is what it is.
Exactly.
It is what it is.
So, SB, you have any expectations for 16 or 4?
4,
hopes or expectations?
I expect it to be, like I said, it's going to be the turning point for you. Like, when we play 4, you are going to be like, wow, like this is a good game. And then I think from there, your experience with everything is going to be a lot different than what it's been. So it's currently my favorite of the 4 because I did play it. It's my favorite of the first 4. It beats out some like the more recent titles and stuff too, so I like it a lot. You're gonna like it. Iron Aggro has his feelings on it because he's stupid and stinky and smelly and
I'm open to being wrong. I'm gonna give it a brand new chance.
All right.
4 times speed will change everything for you.
Yeah. FF16, my expectations is gonna be insane. It is gonna be.
You both
so
need
good.
to lower your expectations.
No.
You need to mind your own business.
I'm just don't want to see you guys get hurt. It's better to have low expectations.
I will say, I'm gonna say, I went into Final Fantasy VII Remake going, this has to be the best game ever made. And to me, at least, at the time, not anymore because already 4 came out, it was the best game ever made when it came out. It was for a while.
It would be really hard for a Final Fantasy game to disappoint me.
I feel like if I played any of the Ragnaroks or the God of Wars or whatever, I feel like those would be my favorite games. Those look like they're up my alley.
They are up your alley.
Them. They're so
They're very
good.
good games.
They're so good, Swarls. Please play them.
Anywho, well, on that note, since we're kind of now starting to get off the rails talking about other games, you know what? I think it's time to hit them with some socials.
We're starting a God of War podcast, me and Swarls.
Oh, gosh.
Me and Swarls.
We're also starting another podcast called I Teach SB How to Edit, and he doesn't remember how to do it.
Well, you guys have fun with that.
Insert Discord leaving noise.
Guys, you know what? You guys need to go follow us on Twitter. SB said, he's going to get me the password to it a long time ago. Still hasn't done it. So I'm going to go beat him up until he gives me that. And by beat him up, I mean I'm just going to go bother him till he gives me that. But follow us at
I'm gonna get it for
Choco_Bros_pod. And we'll start posting more about when we go live and all the other fun things like, hey, we have a YouTube video up, or hey, we have a podcast up, since we're probably going to start podcasting a little bit more with FF16 on the way. You can email us at thechocobrospodcast@gmail.com. We would love to hear some feedback from you. If anybody wants to send in an email, and we will read it live on stream, as long as you guys are not crazy. And then,
I'll do it.
Even if you are crazy.
And then, finally,
email me.
Please go subscribe on YouTube. The Choco-Bros on YouTube.
We have a YouTube channel?
Please. You can see FF3 content. It's only 4 videos, or Aggro may split it up into more. We'll see. Anywho, well, I think that's gonna wrap it up for us. No, SB, I'm kidding. You go for it.
For some reason, people enjoy the FF14 content.
They do.
I
enjoy the FF14 content.
It's so
I'm a big fan of the FF14 content.
I sleep.
What Iron Aggro and I have decided, I'm having a lot of trouble enjoying FF14. So what we're doing is, he says that there is a turning point coming up soon. So for the time being, we will just be playing FF14, not on stream or recorded, just getting through to what he calls the part where we record the first podcast.
I will say, there's a specific point, the second trial, if you will, if anyone knows what I'm talking about. Wink, wink. You know that one. That's where we're gonna start up streams again.
Cool.
Yeah. So we're gonna get through this boring part, record our first FF14 podcast, and then get back into like the streaming of it. So it's not gone. It's just kind of changing for now because I'm bad at video games.
True. Well, thanks for listening to this podcast.
Finish your outro.
You guys have been awesome. Have a great rest of your week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.